Good morning, dear students. I welcome you all in your EVS class, and today we are going to start chapter 23, Study of Plants. Now, next topic is parts of a plant. Look at any plant in the garden or in a pot. You can see the part above the soil is called the shoot. The part that is above the soil is known as shoot. Clear? And the part that is inside the soil, which you cannot see, is called the root, which is under the soil. That is known as root. Clear? Now, the shoot has a stem, branches, leaves, buds, flowers and fruits. That is known as stem. You can see in the picture. And these are branches. And after the branches, leaf are there. Then bud is there, flower is there, and fruit is there. So these are some parts of a plant that are plants are fixed to one place. They cannot move about in search of food here or there. They need their food at the fixed place. So plants make their own food. Green leaves make food for plants. Green leaf helps a plant to make their food. And that process is known as photosynthesis. Food is carried from the leaves to other parts of the plant. The extra food is stored. Different parts of the plant help in making, distributing and storing food. All the parts work differently in storing and distributing the food. Right? Look into the picture. Roots are there, and these roots hold plant firmly to the ground, absorb water, salts and minerals from the soil. Basically, roots are of two types: taproot and fibrous roots. First is taproot. Taproot is a long, thick lateral root. It is a main root attached to the stem. Like for example, radish, carrot, they have taproot. Now, next is fibrous root. It is a equal sized roots that are attached at the end of the stem. There is no main root in this. For example, grass and fern has a fibrous root. These are some other example of fibrous root, that is grass, onion. Next is the stem. The stem grows upward from the roots. It bears branches on which leaves and flowers grow. And stem holds the plant erect and carries water and nutrients from the roots to other parts of the plant. Some of the stems are modified to store food like sugarcane, potato. These are some examples of stem. Leaves contain chlorophyll, the green pigment that is known as chlorophyll. It traps sunlight to make the food. And the plant exchange gases through stomata. They absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen through stomata. These are some leaves that are modified to store food, that is spinach and mint. These are some leaves which we can eat, that is spinach, celery, coriander, mint. These are some examples of leaves that we can eat. Next, talk about flower, the most attractive and colorful part of a plant, that is known as flower. Plant grow flower in order to reproduce. The center of a flower produces the seeds for the plant, and these are protected by an outer layer of colorful petals. The color and smell of the petals attract the insects towards the flower, like butterfly, bees and ladybird. They attract towards the flowers. Flowers have nectar in them. As you can see in the picture, nectar is there. Nectar is food for the bees and butterflies. Now, let's study about pollination. What is pollination? Plants entice insects to their flowers by their bright colors and by food in the form of nectar. Look into the picture. The transfer of pollens from one flower to other flowers with the help of butterflies, air or birds is called pollination. While visiting insect feeds, pollen from the anthers gets stuck to their bodies. The stigma of the flower that receives the pollen is in just the right place to collect it as the insect arrives. Pollination helps flowers to make seeds. Most flowers contains fruit inside it, and these fruit contains seed, and these seeds got germinated. After germinating, they become a new plant. In this way, this life cycle goes on and on. Flowers are generally known as seed boxes of the plant. These are three pictures of a flower. In first picture, a fresh flower is there. After, when this flower is drying, it is a drying flower. and after drying flower it converted into fruit. Clear? Let's we talk about seed. What are seed? A seed is the part of a plant from which new plants grow. Right? Some seeds are so tiny that even 1,000,000 of them together would weigh less than 1 gram. And some like that of a coconut tree, where a single seed would weigh around 2 kilograms. They are so heavy. Seeds are mainly of two types. The one that can be split into two halves. For example, first one is pulses, mango, pea, bean, etc. These are some example of which we cannot split into two halves, and some that cannot be split into two halves. For example, wheat, rice, maize, jowar and barley, etc. Now let's we study about the structure of a seed, how a seed are like pulses, a tiny plant inside it. There is a tiny plant inside it. The baby plant inside the seed. See, this is a baby plant, and that baby plant inside the seed is known as embryo. A baby plant is there inside the seed, that is known as embryo. And the outer covering of the seed is called seed coat. Seed coat protects the embryo from injuries, especially when the seed drops from the plant. Right? That's all in this chapter. Children, if you have any problem, you can ask in this group. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.